It was a whirlwind romance, the type that Karen had only seen in movies. She and Carter stole off into the night, nary telling a soul. The way they had to sneak through Sky High Ranch to get to Carter's truck told her that what they were doing was forbidden and extremely dangerous. Carter had made his choice, though. He had chosen her, which was completely unexpected to Karen. She had spent a good portion of the afternoon preparing herself for the worst, thinking that Carter was coming to say his last goodbye, to show her pleasure one final time before he abandoned her forever. Now, they were running hand in hand, escaping lycan society and politics for a life of exile, together. The thought that Carter was casting aside his title as Regional Alpha was endearing to Karen, yet sad at the same time. She had always been a misfit, even in her own pack, where the wolf blood had waned to the point that she was almost human. She never felt like she quite fit in. He was giving away everything, though, plummeting from the top of the hierarchy down to the lowest of the low. All for her. Of course, they couldn't really take his regional blood away. At least, she didn't think they could. All they could do was strip him of his title and mourn the fact that him leaving lycan society behind weakened the entire race. The overwhelming amount of human in Karen's blood would taint their children. But that shouldn't matter to her now. None of it should, as long as they were all right. They boarded an early morning flight to Sudan. Karen felt relief rush through her as soon as the plane took off from the airport. They were safe now. If only for a few hours, the other regionals couldn't get to them. With any luck, they wouldn't follow at all. "Life is going to be different," Carter told Karen, squeezing her hand in his as he stared ahead. There was no question that he was shaken, probably still wondering if he had done the right thing. It was too late for doubt. They were wed, and soon they'd be starting a new life together, a life far away from all they'd ever known. "Tell me about it." Karen rested her head against his shoulder, trying to imagine what Africa would be like. "I honestly don't have much to tell. I've never been, but I've heard about it a lot. There's a tribe there called Namek. It's kind of like the island of misfit shifters." "Sudan isn't an island," she pulled from her meager knowledge of African geography. "I know." He offered her a weak smile that she felt was more out of courtesy than anything else. "It's an expression. The point is that there are all sorts of shifters there, not just werewolves." "More types of shifters." The words trailed from her lips. It seemed strange enough that they existed. Though, knowing that, Karen wondered why she was so surprised that there were other types of shifters. "Yes, that's why they call themselves a tribe instead of a pack. They have a leader, but there's not much of a hierarchy otherwise. It's basically just a bunch of shifters from all over the world who didn't fit into the political realm of their own species. They offer sanctuary and protection, the closest chance we have of living a normal life." A normal life? Karen couldn't even imagine what that would be like. Things hadn't been normal for her ever since she'd realized she didn't really fit in with her own pack. They'd been less normal since she'd gotten to Sky High Ranch. Now she was flying off into the unknown. At least this time, she had someone by her side, someone who appreciated all the things that made her unique. Perhaps there was a normal life waiting out there for them somewhere. Only time would tell, and all they could do was hope. "The hunter becomes the hunted." Carter had never felt more nervous in all his life. The scent of various wares clouded his nostrils with an almost unbearable stink. And there was power here. So much power.